All right. Hey, I wanted to share. I don't do a lot of videos on here about politics because mostly we're doing our ministry stuff. But, because of the kind of stuff that I'm involved in, I'm always paying attention to what's going on, the trends in the world, and the way things are operating, all that kind of stuff. And I have to say right now, if Joe Biden somehow manages to actually lose this and Donald Trump miraculously pulls off a win and actually walks away with this election in some way, shape, or form, the Democrat Party has to pretty much be done and over with at that point. And the reason why is you're already seeing a lot of anxiety and things around the Democratic Party. Look at what's going on in New York. They're arresting bar owners and things like that for opening their businesses because people are realizing that they're going broke. You're not seeing this in conservative-led states. You're only seeing this in the Democrat states. And this is crazy because the Democrat states are obviously operating by Democrat voters who are now going, well, we don't like the Democratic Party, but we're Democrats. But they're not realizing there's a connection between how they vote and how they're treated. And so the same thing goes with the minority communities in the United States who are completely destroyed by the Democratic Party and continue to vote for the Democrat Party. Look at where all the crime is. It's in Democrat-led cities and states. It's not skin color. It really isn't. It comes down to the policies and the leadership in those communities, who allows what, where, when, and why. And so you see all this stuff is going on. Democrats, they're realizing across the board, from what I'm understanding, at least they should be understanding that the Democrat Party is destroying their businesses, it's destroying their lives, it's giving away their money, it's increasing crime, it's doing all these things, and it's all these policies that come out of the Democratic left. And I don't even necessarily think it's all Democrats. I think it's these far left ones, but they're the ones who are in control. They're the loudest voice in the room, and they get heard, and that's what you're seeing over and over and over again. And so you've got all this going on, and it's just strange because nobody seems to care. We're going to keep doing the same thing over and over again, and then wonder why we're still in a bad world. Well, it's the way you keep going. So if Donald Trump miraculously pulls this off, and the amount of fraud that seems to be out there, I mean, I'm not going to say 100% it is. I come from a criminal justice background. I like facts. But I have to say, even right now, if you look at what's going on, the evidence is overwhelming that something on a mass scale took place. I mean, all these single item votes that came through late at night, just a lot of stuff, and how you end up with so many Republicans winning everything else, but yet Donald Trump loses. Look, I get that there was a lot of people who were Republican who did not care for Donald Trump, but to think that it was that much that this kind of landslide took place, I don't buy it. Because when you look at Joe Biden, there's no reason why anybody should have voted for Joe Biden. He didn't even try to win. I mean, the guy literally stayed in a basement, popped out, said some really stupid things along the way, and then went back to his basement. And, his racist comments were out of control. I mean, the guy is blatantly racist. People always say, oh, Donald Trump's racist. No, Donald Trump has his message taken out of context to appear racist, whereas Joe Biden literally says blatant racist things, and then the media ignores it. So the guy is completely racist. The Democrat Party is actually racist through and through. I do believe. And you can see by the way that they treat minorities, and they're constantly basically saying minorities can't control themselves. I mean, if you read between the lines of what the Democratic Party is saying, they're basically saying that African Americans are savages and they can't stick to the rules like everybody else because they can't control themselves. And I'm just saying, if you read between the lines, this is what's being said. African Americans and minorities are just stupid. They can't test at the same level as a white kid. So basically when Joe Biden said that and said, poor kids can be just as bright as white kids, or however it was, this is the heartbeat of what the Democrat Party is actually saying, and nobody cares. They get a pass on it all the time. It's ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. So people need to be aware that this is what's actually going on. And I think, I really believe that if Donald Trump does pull off this win, or can at least bring even if he can bring the voter fraud to a highlight, the mature Democrat voters are going to have to come to terms with what's going on in the Democrat Party and say, wow, we really are a scummy group of people. We really, the Democrats, and again, let me be careful. I don't want to say that all Democrats are scummy people, but that the leadership of the Democratic Party and the ones that they surround themselves with, the pool. I mean, now you got this thing in California, the ladies going out and citing people in businesses and closing them down, saying you can't go out to eat in public, and then going out to eat in public herself. You got Nancy Pelosi says, oh, you can't go get your hair done. She makes the rules in her own district. Like, this is literally her thing. She should understand the rules. She says, oh, you can't go out and get your hair done. Then she goes out and get her hair done. This is ridiculous. And the people don't get upset about it. Like, how does she win another election that people aren't just like, whoa, wait a minute. Like, I think in the Republican Party, if that would have happened, we would have, if a Republican governor would have said, hey, you have to close all your businesses down, and kept his own business open, he wouldn't have won the election again. But the Democratic Party's like, hey, business as usual, let's keep voting for these people who don't care about us. So pay attention to it. Don't get in fights with people. It's not worth it because people are so hard-headed. But just, if you're a praying person, pray to God will just show them the truth, because it's ridiculous. The Bible continuously talks about they have to have eyes to see and ears to hear. And then it says, let him who has eyes to see, and let him who has ears to listen, hear. And that's what has to happen. The people need to wake up and pay attention. So pray for clarity, pray for open eyes, open ears, and hopefully it'll work. All right, thank you. That's my little quick rant today, and I hope it blesses you. Subscribe to our channel. Maybe I'll put more of these up. I don't know. I do find politics interesting. I do like politics. I've been told I should go into politics. The thing is, I focus most of my time on ministry anyways, and I just don't have time to get into politics on this level. But I do appreciate it, and I like it. It's kind of fun. But the problem for me, I look at politics from a factual standpoint, which is why I could never run for office. And the reality is, if you look at things factually, you can't run for office, because even the people who are on your side don't want to hear the facts. They want to hear your opinion. So, and they want your opinion to line up with their opinion. So, I stay away from politics mostly just because I know there's no chance for me to win. I'm too honest. I have to stay in the apostle area, something like that. But thank you for watching. Subscribe, like the video, share it, whatever, and we'll talk to you later. Thank you. Bye-bye.